got it working? Alright, let's test this one more time, see if it's gonna work. Alright, let's test this one more time, see if it's gonna work. Perfect. Alright, we are working. So, let's get this going. So we're gonna do some cows. Build right now. Enigma. One off perfect, negative res, Deathweb with a 5/5 in it, Shago with a 5/5 in it, Homunculus with a 5/5 in it, low Maras, just needed something to get me started. Trex, I need the one to skills, so I chose BKs, get the life and the one to skills. They're also a lot cheaper than SOJs, because I could pick up a 3% life leech and not have to spend a ton of money. Dual Trangs here. Doesn't really do much for me. The regenerate mana is a little bit helpful, but really for the FCR and the cannot be frozen, negative requirements, all the good stuff. So 10k, let's get a cow game started. Let's make sure everything's good here. Perfect. Now the thing about this character is I have never made one like this before, so it is relatively new to me. That was sweet. Nope. Defensive Horse doesn't really do much. So it is still relatively new to me. That being said, a couple things I am still working out. As you can see, could use an insight, so I'm not going to be teleporting too much, and still trying to figure out my location, so a little bit of a learning curve today, but poison cows are fun because they just drop dead, which is awesome. Why we're picking up some of these extra mana pots so we can hopefully get something done. The only thing that makes this tough is because, at least for what I've had to learn with using this character for the first time, is kind of knowing that you don't get immediate results all the way, right away. So when I'm using my Nova Sorceress, some of those Novas do stun, and they do work at keeping things away from you, even though you're right up telestunned in their faces. Nova Sort, not so much, and there's a delay between the damage that it does and when they die. Now, they're super powerful, but you have to understand that maybe sometimes you gotta run around a little bit while you wait for them to die. So, it's really not bad when you think about, okay, let's say it takes them, I don't know, 10 seconds to die, right? It's really not terrible when you say, alright, I just changed this around, so let's do this, hold on. When you might say, okay, it takes my Blizzard Sorceress with not fully geared, fully geared up items, maybe a mid-tier, mid to high tier, it takes him just as long to do it. So, okay, that's not bad. From there, it's not too bad to think, oh, okay, it takes my Poison Necro 10 minutes to kill. It's just, unfortunately, some of the waiting. That's a little bit tough, but other than that, once you get used to it, I think it's like anything else. It's a fun build. Does a lot of damage, a lot of potential. What's nice about it is it's not super expensive to build because not everyone is building this. It's just not super sought after. Everyone wants to hammer it into Sorceress, especially since, speaking of Blizzard Sorceress, especially since they're quote-unquote buff with Sunder Charms. Everyone's kind of on that train, which leaves... Nice. Which leaves a lot of this open for people who want to try something different. So as prices drop and as it gets later into the ladder, things are not only cheaper, but, some of these unique characters that you want to want to build, they're sometimes a little bit more enticing because you've already done your sorcerers for ladder start or your hammered in for ladder start, so it's nice to try something different.
It's locked. I need a key.
So I used to have, it's the reason why I'm teleporting like an idiot, is I used to have, up until, I don't know, 20 minutes ago or whatever, when I got my Enigma, I used to have my corpse explosion on F2, because I do all my hotkeys off the F keys. And now I keep hitting F2 to try and corpse explode people, and it's putting me right in the middle of waves, like a moron. So, bear with me as I get used to that. In case you're like, why is this idiot teleporting right in the middle of packs? That's why.
Not enough mana.
Sure you do. So when I'm trying to conserve mana like this, it's probably best that I get some of these bigger packs together. Like any other character would do. Especially like a Javazon, because they rely so heavily on mana after kill with their builds. It makes a lot of sense to have that stuff, you know, have everyone grouped together. Otherwise, you know, you're really not going to get too much by killing a pack of, you know, 3 cows for that specific build. Which doesn't work well. Now we obviously know cows is great for high runes, bases. I'll be completely honest, I know some people say the bases are really only something you want to talk about in, you know, Nightmare as far as being able to find something decent. I have not had great luck finding bases in cows. Some high runes, like when D2R first came out, I did, but it's not like overwhelming, like what I see some of these people turn up with after doing so many runs. But we keep at it. Am I ready for that? No. I don't need this, but I'll keep this because someone might. So why not?
Not in town.
Yeah, we know.
Good day.
So as always, want to stay by the path. That's your quick ticket to the stones. Now, I've never really had, like, great luck finding anything with these guys. I think just, yeah, like, I shouldn't be telestomping with this build. I think the reason I always try to kill them is because they're a champ pack. And with that, I remember seeing, I think it was Llama Polar Burr. And I've said that before in my past streams. And that kind of makes it a little bit more enticing. And as you can see, they come down pretty nicely. You just gotta be ready to run away. 15 poison damage now. You know what, speaking of gems though, I do find a ton of them here. So like if you need, get into like a player's 8 game or something like that where you have a lot of, you know, potential to drop something. And if you drop, or if you play and you need like gems for rerolls, things like that, crafting even, I mean, Cal's is the way to go. It really is. I've had more luck here than anywhere else. And it's a noticeable difference when you get into some of those higher player level games, for sure. But Cal's is just the way to go. And takes care of that. I think boots, not really anything I need. The other thing is, like, because you'll be, you know, doing these little drive-by poison novas with this character a lot, you know, you definitely gotta remember, go back and check things so you don't miss out on something. Last thing you want to do is drop a high rune or something of value, run by it because, you know, you were trying to escape death or move on to the next pack or whatever it is, and you miss it, so...
I need a key.
Even though I don't have an insight, my man is kind of going away real fast. It is helpful to have that Tranks for that regen mana. That's nice. That I can appreciate. Otherwise, I'd be drinking pots like crazy because I'd have absolutely no regen.
It's locked.
This is also the time where I'd prefer to have the SOJ, but the BK will do for right now. I'm really waiting for the cow Terror Zone. I've only seen it come up once since Terror Zones have come out. Now, I don't play every single day. I can't. But I've only seen it come once, and I've seen like every other Terror Zone come out several times. That cow one, I tried it. I couldn't handle it. It was when I had my Nova Sorceress, and I was just so weak that I couldn't really do anything. Now that's a character that relies heavily on items. And I think that's true for any Nova build in the game, whether it's a Poison Nova, a Frost Nova, a Lightning Nova. I think that just seems to be the theme. So if you're going to take on one of these types of builds, it is something to know. There's just not a lot of room for a budget build like a Hammered In or anything like that. You really need to be set up properly. So this is fun. Okay, I thought I was dead. Natron. +1. Now, if it was +3 or +3 with ED, I would have definitely attempted to reroll it, but +1? Nah, useless. Monarch's not worth anything anymore. Too late in the season. Alright.
Hello.
The end of the level, check with Kane and see if we got anything decent. Nope, we got a ton of gems. The other thing is, gems are tradable, which is fantastic. 40 of them, Istarune, done. Nice and quick, nice and easy. Nope, gotta learn my colors.
Greetings.
We are looking at a new... Yeah, I'll pick this up, why not? We're looking at a new Terror Zone here in about 15 minutes. See what it changes to. Right now, I am running Darkwood Terror Zones. I'm going to do 100 runs, then I'll probably post a video about it. Why I chose Darkwood? I don't know. Probably because I do struggle still, even with my Nova Sorceress, in some of the higher difficulty places. Your World's Twin Keeps, your Chaos Sanctuary. Like, I can do them, but they're so slow that it's not worth making a video over when you do, like, you know, runs in, like, 8 minutes. It's just, it takes too long. You don't really get a good grasp of what's there, and, you know, by the time you're ready to make a video, it's just, it's too late. Too much time has gone by, so need something I can move through a little bit faster. Always gotta remember the corpse explosion. That's one I forget a lot. Because the poison does enough damage. It would just speed up the situation, especially when I'm in packs. Which cows is just known for. Just packs and packs. There we go.
It's locked.
So if you are building this, definitely don't forget it. For my build, I had never played this before, so I followed Llama's build that he put on Icy Veins. I didn't have any reason to do something different. If I wanted to create my own build, that's fine, but I think it would be like, alright, get used to the character, don't, like, first time it and then come up with something awful, you'll end up hating the character. I didn't want that, so I followed his build. The nice thing about this character is you really only need to max out 3 skills. Poison Nova, Poison Dagger, and Poison Explosion. So you have a lot of leftover points for stuff, which is beautiful. That allows you to put a healthy amount into Corpse Explosion. If you wanted to have some summons and have something to kind of protect you, or, you know, great diversion type of behavior, you could do that. Put a bunch into that. So I think there's plenty of ways you can go with this build. Some people will max out, you know, Corpse Explosion. The only thing about Corpse Explosion is it doesn't really do too much damage, too much more damage when you hit a certain level. It just becomes a higher radius, which can be helpful, but again, you would need to have like cows at a distance or something where there's a big enough pack to make it worth it. You generally won't Corpse Explode someone at a distance if you're just trying to kill one monster. It just doesn't necessarily work that way, at least efficiently. Like, you could, but just not really the best use of your skill and skill points. So as you can see, like, some of these guys just died right next to me. Like, you pop one over here and they just get blown up. Just want to make sure we didn't leave anything behind. You know, he's actually pretty... My clay golem, too. I've never played a Necro before. It's probably the character I did the least amount of time on, honestly. Whether it's Summer, Poison Bone, doesn't matter. I don't have much time on these things. So it's kind of surprising to me how much that these clay golems can take. If it had life, more damage on it, then maybe it'd be worth keeping. But as it sits, not really something to keep.
It's locked.
Yeah, we know. Next one.
Not in town.
Yes?
Love how cows is still giving me experience, though. It really is. Okay. No, we don't need it. I wonder if... No. Why would you do that? You know better than that.
I need a key.
Interesting. Shaco already, huh?
It's locked.
Oh, okay. Colossus Blade.
It's locked.
Not really worth much from that set. But kind of a cool find. Back in the day, these used to have some value to them. PK. It's one of two. So
I need a key.
the other one is a mythical sword. I'm trying to think, is this the sacred charge? Yeah, no. So the other one is a mythical sword. I've only found it like once actually in cows, and it was because I didn't even kill the cow. Someone left it behind, believe it or not. As a set, it's really not worth much. The only people who are buying these things are people who are like collecting things and they want like trophies. That's the only market you're gonna have for stuff like this. There's really no value on a barbarian or even a mercenary for that, especially with rune words in this, out there that can do better things. Lawbringers, your griefs, your dooms, your deaths, your things like that. Like, who's gonna need a BK sword? But we're gonna put it on the list because we haven't done too much yet. And the other thing is, cows is really not known for dropping much. Like, whenever you see someone running a cow game, if they're posting things up, they're usually just showing you what they found. There's a lot of rune type of stuff. Like, some will find some skillers. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not only runes. It's not like you can't find other things, but that tends to be the majority of what you're gonna see when you get the, you know, get those videos posted online. I mean, I could do Kindle runs. I could do, you know, Eldritch runs and other simple stuff that doesn't require a lot of travel and would do well with this build. But it's just not as fun. There's so many more cows to knock down, and something cool about potentially finding some runes, some good bases, and just having fun with what used to be the way you used to level back in the original D2. Bell runs were not the thing. You used to always do cow runs.
I need a key.
So even though it serves no purpose, we're going to keep the Colossus Blade. Like I said, if we run into someone who's just looking for one, might as well hold on to it. It's not like we're running out of, you know, stash space right now. We can't build new rolls. It's not like that, so. Chain boots. Came rushing at me like he was a champion. Yep. Sure enough. They're always near the portal too. Always. Every time the portal spawns, I always find a champion pack like right next to it. We're not gonna tell this now for this character. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't do anything with these guys up here. And we're getting some okay experience, actually. I'm only level 83, so would I get better experience in a level 85 area? Throwing a destruction? Yeah, of course I would. But this is doing just fine for right now because I'm not going after leveling. Put this little thing away.
Greetings.
Yeah, we don't need to wait for those. Sometimes you just struggle to find that path. You end up burning all your mana. There it is. We'll do the end of the game. So I always want to pick up the crystal swords to look at them, especially if they're yellow, because the crystal sword by itself may not be worth a damn, but if it is actually a... Oh, there we go. We'll do it when we get here. If it is actually something that I can up into a phase blade and sell with like high ED or something to like a PvP player, they're always worth picking up. Yeah, like that's garbage. 2 max damage, 23 life. That's also garbage. who's the guy giving off might? Oh, no. A doll. Nah. I mean, I appreciate seeing the runes, right? It's good to see because you know that they're dropping. Look at those things just drop. Corpse Explosion is such an overpowered skill. It really is. I mean, hey, that's pretty much why the Fishing Dancer build exists, but... That. The only thing I don't know about it is, and what's interesting is they talk about Cold Plains and Cave. No, we can run those two. They're decent. Get those terror zones in. The only thing I don't know is... No, kill speed is very important, and also a big contributing factor to drops, especially when it comes to ruins and things like that. Ooh. And I'm just actually wondering how Corpse Explosion contributes to that equation. Okay. Do we have an Ethereal Thresher? So let's see if maybe we can get or open socket. If that's the case, really good base for Infinity will be valuable. Could also actually be a decent base for an Insight if I really didn't want to give it away. I don't need Infinity, so unless I was trying to sell it for something I needed, it's not like I'm in dire need of getting rid of it. Oof. Damn. If only that had FCR and a skill or two on it. Mana Soul and Hill is nice. Good amount of strength, good amount of life, a lot of mana. Unfortunately, it's just not what we need. A couple pieces the game really needed to roll for us and didn't, so... Even though it's really not the same, this character, and I think I've said this before, it does remind me a little bit of the Oridon. You might be like, why the hell? Well, because, like, really you just cast something and then you run around and they just slowly start to die on their own. Yeah, I do multiple casts sometimes, because the one thing about this is whenever they, whenever someone comes in contact with the enemy or whatever monster it is that you're killing, it negates the poison effects. So that's sometimes the drawback with having like the summoner setup kind of hybrid with this. is if they get struck with something, it does negate that. Not really helpful when you're trying to have poison damage do the work. It's just really not. It's actually kind of annoying. But as long as you're fast with it and you have your corpse explosion and whatnot, it's perfectly fine. We have diamonds. Nope, but we can do this. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's look up the cube recipes. See if maybe we can get lucky on this thresher. Get a 4 open socketed one. Alright, there we go. Gems, runes. What is it? Socketed weapon of the same type. So it's Ral, Amp, and Perfect Amethyst. Got a Perfect Amethyst here. Got an Amp here. And I'm pretty sure we got a Ral here. So let's cross our fingers. See what we got. 5. Okay. So not terrible. Really not great, unfortunately. 5 can be used for an obedience base. So from that standpoint, if you have a character that could use obedience, it's good. Otherwise, not what we're looking for, unfortunately. I just have to hope that there's someone out there looking for a 5-socketed one in my travels.
Not in town.
Because I'm so used to the tear zones, part of me just wants to kill everyone, but that's not my focus right now. I've got to stay focused on finding the stones so that I can move on to the cow level. Gotta stand in the fire, that's brilliant.
Carry anymore.
Yes, you can. Elrune. Okay, crowd favorite.
Hello.
Good day.
Attack speed, repair mod, but not really enough to do anything with, so we leave it alone. You can hear him moving away. So, close to the pen. Yeah, you know, the runes are there. They're dropping. Just nothing. Not even decent mid-level one. Which is a little bit unfortunate, I'd have to say. That's too bad that couldn't drop in cows. And if you saw it, you know what I mean. Pick these up because I'm always looking for these things. Ember Brian. Cannot tell us down. charm. It's actually unfortunate. I find more things off stream than I do on stream. A few times that I'm actually able to get on and stream. And my like found list before I'm done is like an IO room. It's like terrible. I wonder if there's some sort of statistic or way the game is written out that says that when you open up a locked chest, that you have a chance to roll higher items. I actually don't know if that's... I'm sure that information's out there, but it's just an interesting thought to make it worth carrying keys around and actually hitting every single chest. There's a lot of them in cows, and I think everyone knows that, but... So glad I grabbed that oil potion. That is a huge radius for this corpse explosion, let me tell you. Not worth going back. All I heard were potions dropping. Keep telestomping. Gotta stop that. Gotta stop that.
Greetings. Not in town.
Hello.
Okay. Decent amount of... I don't know if Stonyfield can spawn Terror Zone. I don't think it can. I've never seen it. I don't think it's doable. But with Rakanishu and some of these other guys in here, like, it's a decent chance that they can actually roll, you know, good drops if they were able to be terrorized. There's so much opportunity. And there's a couple places like that. And there's a couple things that, like, why would they even be terror zones? It makes no sense. But I think the game needs to have some of that stuff. Not only does it spread out the difficulty for other players, based off of resistances, you know, immunities, based off of where it is in the game, but I think they just can't all be, you know, GG areas. They just need to change it up.
It's locked.
Which, even though the point of terror zones is to get GG items, level 85, all that stuff. Or I'm sorry, TC 87. it's still like still can't all be world stone and like things like that. Force socket. Really not much I would do with a dust rod force socketed. I mean, you wouldn't make a fortitude out of it. You could, but it doesn't make sense. Get yourself an Archon plate if you're going to do a fortitude on a physical character. Even if it's an Amazon, it doesn't matter. Get yourself an Archon plate. Not really mercenary type of wear. You might as well just get an ethereal one or something with a lot of defense. So it doesn't really have, unless you're going for like a temp item, it doesn't really have a huge place in this world. So I died, and that hurts. The nice thing about that, though, if there is any sort of silver lining to this, is because the poison lingers, it kills things on its own. So it kind of clears my body in a way. You know, the same reason everyone's like, oh, I want a facet that has the die modification on it instead of the level up, because I want it to clear my body. Because they all think, like, for whatever reason, you know, a level 40 Nova, or whatever the hell it is, right, I'm just picking a skill, is going to be strong enough to clear their body in one shot, but I'm not in that camp. I don't believe that.
I am overburdened.
But we do have a ring, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, the deal is we have to save that.
It's locked.
Finish the level. We'll come back and ID that later. I'll be honest, when I died, like, I didn't even really see the ring there. It wasn't until I came back and I was like, what the hell is this? We want to see what it is? Yeah, let's see what it is. Without dying, potentially. Mantled. Great one. So sad. Don't need it. As always, useless. Although I saw some people using Mantled for some things recently, and I can't remember the build it was. Someone made a video and they used it. It really doesn't have any place when there's, not even as a temp does it have a place. When there's other items out there that aren't really difficult to attain. Like if I was gonna have Leech and whatnot, I'd get other rings. Oh, excuse me. Busy day at work today, so I'm like struggling. Keep finding them Shakos. Now, I have 130 magic finds, so as you can see, I'm not really out here for magic finding. It's really to hopefully accomplish something else. And like, all my magic find pretty much is coming from the Enigma.
I need a key.
Maybe if it was a 3-socket, it's something I could give.
I need a key.
Giveaway used for either a delirium or flickering flame, or you wouldn't use a delirium on most druids, but maybe a flickering flame. Unfortunately, didn't have any ads on it. It was just useless. let's move on. We take this down. We don't need this.
Stay a while and listen.
Running out of room with the gems. Skulls too. Don't really care too much about those. Oh. My rookie move. This charm. I had like I can't remember what I traded for it. I had something I didn't need. And I was like, oh, I'm building a poison necro. And I bought this thing. Or I traded away for this thing, which I definitely got the better end of the deal. I remember that much for whatever I traded. I remember getting the better end of the deal. But unfortunately, it doesn't really serve any purpose for a poison necro. It's really better for physical damage. So that was a waste. Now I know.
Impossible.
What's impossible? You got the gauntlets in there and it's a problem? Alright, let's ID those, get those out, because they're going to be... And they are garbage. Oh, okay. So, this is fun. Alright, so the mage plate. 2-socketed, not really anything worth holding on to, unfortunately. There's a 3-socketed good Enigma base. People love that for the low requirements. The requirements aren't low enough to me where it makes a huge difference, but some people love it. Like, I could have gone Mage Plate on this character, for instance. He's a caster. He doesn't need it. I have a Dust Shroud on my Enigma. It's fine. That's exactly what I needed to. Those extra pieces of life would not save my ass, because if I'm dying, I'm doing something dumb anyway. So those extra stats wouldn't really be my make or break, unfortunately. The other thing is about the skulls is, yeah, you can use them to re-roll, you know, your diadems and, you know, whatever it is, whatever rare item, right? So that's nice, but at the same time, like, just make sure I had to check that. But at the same time, like, you can use them for re-rolling items too, because they qualify as a jewel type, so. If I needed to, like, sell P-gems or whatever, I could, and put skulls in. Well, hopefully the pattern is historically true for me, which is I usually find my items either heavily up front or near the end. They don't tend to be evenly spread.
They're so spread.
What's up, sir?
What's up, man?
Not much. I'm streaming right now, so I'm just playing some of my Poison Necro, new little build. You on vacation or something?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere though. Thought about it. I had a couple of friends ask, like, "Hey, you can come up here if you want." So I don't feel like going to Omaha. I don't feel like going to Ohio. Don't feel like flying out to Sweden.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be doing something like that.
Especially right now. I mean, it's not worth it.
So what are you gonna do? Hanging home? Sometimes that's the way it needs to be anyway. Thanksgiving is like super freaking stressful sometimes. I wish I could hang home on Sundays. I really do. Christmas, same way. I love him, but man, some days I just can't be bothered. I think it was last year we had Thanksgiving, and we were all falling asleep at the table. Because you just cook like the entire day, so like by the time you're done, you're all like asleep and you can barely talk to each other, so it's like awesome. This was a cool experience. But it is what it is.
I mean, I personally don't mind, but I'm kind of just done with all the bullshit, especially like for the weather module or projection models and everything right now. Like you're gonna get between like 6 to 12 inches of snow up in the Pacific Northwest. So I looked at probably driving up to there or flying, but flying's like $1,700
To go where?
up to visit my
Oh.
kids.
Gotcha.
To drive, I mean, I'd spend 500, but I mean, I don't feel like driving up into a foot of snow, especially up there. They don't know how to drive in that shit anyways. And they live in it. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing because Pacific Northwest actually gets snow. They should know how to drive in it.
Good day.
When are you watching?
That's COD chat.
Oh, I was gonna say I can hear like a nasty echo, but
Yeah.
COD's got its moments. I played it, man. Man, I'm super disappointed in that game.
I'm just waiting for my blunt pack so I can get my blunt operators. Proximity chat's fun.
So my friend said that too. He's like big into that. Loves Prox chat, but
Yeah, that's the best part. Like, I don't care
Hello.
on like Warzone if I win or lose. I give a shit less. I'm there just to totally just troll, talk shit, and I don't give a fuck.
sounds like Call of Duty.
Yep.
Yeah, I play multiplayer.
I do. That's what I normally play. Just wanted to hop on here real quick, just talk for a minute. You have a good Thanksgiving. If you need anything, shoot me a message.
Huh?
Yeah, I said I was gonna hop in for a minute, just chat for a minute. But you have a good Thanksgiving. If you need anything, just shoot me a message.
All right, sir. I'll be around in the morning tomorrow, so we don't do
All right,
anything until later.
I'll catch you later.
All right, stay there.
What up?
What's going on? You just missed Aaron. It's almost like you guys literally traded places.
Ah.
He just left probably 30 seconds ago, so.
Oh, interesting. So I've never heard of Project D2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they obviously have.
I need a
So
key.
do they take Diablo and like?
They mod it essentially. It's a mod.
Holy shit!
So
That's kind of cool.
Project D2 is essentially what Diablo would have been if they kept updating it and paying
Updating it?
attention to it, and like, so they have like stackable, you know, like currencies, and they have mods, and like some of the characters actually have different skills. If you watch like a Project Diablo 2 video, you'll see some, you'll be like, what's that skill? I've never seen that before on a sorceress. They mod the game. They also have like different endgame stuff, and there's a pretty cult following for it. The only thing that sucks about it is, in my opinion, is it's still off the old D2 graphics.
Yeah, that's what I just saw off the link.
But it's actually pretty interesting, and when you like read what they did, it's kind of nice. You're like, wow, that's like what it would have been if Blizzard actually gave a damn about this game. But they got so into like World of Warcraft and things like that that Diablo just fell by the side.
What's the cave?
There's a cave in Cold Plains.
Interesting.
I ran some before. It's definitely worth doing.
Yeah, I figured like if you're gonna do cows, I could at least try to do Cold Plains.
Yeah, you got a half hour left on that before it changes to something else. I came on at like 6. I started doing Dark Wood. Because I think I told you I'm trying to do the Dark Wood video for my channel.
Yeah,
so.
how many, have you just been recording it?
Every time Dark Wood comes up, I just go offline and I start recording.
I can't carry
Because you can actually record your videos. Oops, hold on.
And just edit the shit out of it.
You can record your videos without being live.
Got
Like
it.
if you just hit the do I need this? Wait, no. If you just hit the record button instead of the go live button, it records it to a random folder, so like if I find something I can keep it. But see, I didn't know that at first, like, because I don't use it every day. So I thought that, you know, what happened was you had to go online, go live, and then you could only clip things. That's what I thought it was, but nope, not the case. So I'm doing 100 runs. I'm up to run
I can't carry anymore.
65. So you're all right.
And that cold sunder that you found, is that one off perfect?
No. So perfect is -70, and I think that was 76. Was the quote?
Oh, -7.
Yep.
I can't carry anymore.
Sweet, it's just what I wanted. All right, at least I can handle. That's like good to know that I can handle it.
It's locked.
And there's not too many like cold immunes, which is kind of nice.
In Cold Plains,
Like-
yeah.
Like I have a couple, but it's like my Mert can take care of them.
I need
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
We're just having my grandpa over with my cousins.
Okay.
Very low key. Is Timmy coming up? I'm assuming you're going to your mom's.
I'm going to my mom's. Tim's in Florida right now.
Oh, is he with your dad?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
So
I'm
he's
assuming
going
he
down
does. I'm assuming he doesn't have Rhett for Thanksgiving.
He does. That's why he's. That's one of the main reasons he's down there. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. So he's excited about that. Gets a chance to hang out with his
Grandpa.
grandpa. So
Is Crystal working Thanksgiving?
no, she's gonna be working Christmas, so she is up at her parents' right now, visiting them. So I will see her when she gets back.
So just you and your mom then?
My sister will be there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Let's take these junk jewels. We have too many of. Yes, my sister's there. She's running the 5K tomorrow.
Turkey trot?
Yes, we all have to be up early. I was gonna run it with her, but I wasn't able to run for a while because of my back. So
Yep.
the impact of running, just pounding on your back, is just not
Oh,
really
I know.
good. So let me know when you're done with that. I will create the next game.
You're just killing one more champion pack thing. Well, never mind. You could. My merc just died, so.
Sounds good.
Did you end up getting your Enigma or no?
I did.
Did you roll a good one?
So it's okay. I'll show you. So I put it in a dust shroud so that the requirements would be low. The defense, I believe 775 is perfect, so it's 771. There's no ED, but for that reason, I'm happy with it, but I'm a caster, so
welcomes you.
it doesn't do much for me. My job is not to be up in people's faces getting hit.
Right. Let's see if I can find the cave this time.
Right.
Get him, mister.
The last time we streamed, I didn't realize that some update must have happened or whatever to something, and my entire stream was muted.
Oh no.
So like if you go back and you watch the stream, all you hear is like you talking.
Oh
Like the
no.
entire thing. Yeah. So I fixed it, but
That's interesting that like they could hear me but not you.
because we're in Discord. Yeah, it's because it was not picking up my microphone. You were a different output.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the entire time you like see my mouth move, and then like your voice comes out, like some weird ventriloquist thing.
So now that that cold sunder charm, if I were to use it, I would break the immunity on some of these people that are cold immune.
You'd break all cold immunities. Pretty much. Do you use a Sunder or no?
The only one I have is a magic one that I found.
Yeah, so if you use a Cold Sunder, it breaks all cold immunities. Or it, yeah, so it doesn't bring them down to 0. So here's the thing that you should know. Let's say, who's typically cold immune? Let's say it's Rakanishu, right? Just
Yep.
play the game. If Rakanishu's always cold immune in every game and you break him, he will no longer show that he's cold immune, but he will still have very high cold resistance. So you'll still go up to him and you'll kill his minions really fast, but then you'll struggle with him and you'll be like, why the hell is it
Is he not
taking so
dying?
long to eat right? So that's where things like your facets and items that have negative enemy resistance come into play. Because even though his immunity is broken, he still has high resistance.
Gotcha.
So you really want to bring that down. So they make it possible to kill them, but they still make it a little difficult.
Right.
So that's why some people are like, well, why do I need Infinity if I have a Lightning Sunder? Well, because Infinity takes away a significant amount of their resistance, making it easier to kill them.
Hey.
No. Damn it.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
I needed a mercenary because once I got Enigma, my mana just started dropping real bad. So I was like, okay, I need to make myself a
No.
insight. So I didn't have like a decent armor. I wasn't gonna make a fortitude, so I made a stone, right? Shale, Paul, Ball, or
For,
something like
for
that.
your merc?
My mercenary, and he dies because I don't have insight, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I'm managing as long as I kind of slow it down a little bit and don't go crazy. Anyway, I used an ethereal great hauberk because that is a elite armor base. Looks like a breastplate.
Yep.
And I roll it and I'm like, okay, it's really low, whatever. Then I just like now find an ethereal great hauberk again with enhanced defense, 200 defense higher than mine. So I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
That person was gold immune and did not know.
I just finished my run. Do you want me to clear your body? You get the experience back?
I think I should be able to. I just revived my merc, so we should be able to just go over there and get it.
Okay.
Good day.
We'll see.
What's this? Attacker takes damage. Oh. I don't need
I got my
this.
body.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
I haven't been able to find where. It doesn't really matter. The cave. I also haven't really been finding anything.
You haven't been finding anything?
Not really, but I don't really have a lot of magic. I don't even know what my magic find is.
Oh, mine's like
115.
yeah, mine's like 130. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Good day.
These boots better?
Make the next game.
Mm-hmm. I've been wearing my Apple Watch at night to track my sleep.
can't
It's kind
do
of
that
interesting.
here.
It is. My boss does that because he's like a big like Apple nut. Like anytime Apple comes out, I think I told you he like shuts down the office so he can watch the Apple release when the iPhone products get announced.
Boss?
Yeah, it's hilarious. He'll be like, no one can disturb me. Phone calls have to go to the receptionist. We gotta watch the Apple release, and he puts everything like on mute, and then his computer's the loudest one in the office. We all just kind of laugh because we're like, every iPhone that comes out is exactly the same as the last one, with like the addition of like a couple more megapixels on the camera.
It totally is.
It really is. So we kind of rip on him a lot, but it's all in good fun. So every single time Apple comes out with something new, or there's a feature we need to know, or whatever the case may be, he's our go-to guy. So he does the sleep thing a lot as well, and he actually has some pretty good things to say about it.
Yeah, I just started, so I'm kind of just like checking it out. So we'll see how it goes.
Now, what are you tracking? Something specific, or what made you kind of start that?
I just to see, just
Oh,
for
okay.
like my own
Curiosity.
curious, yeah.
Gotcha.
To see if I was getting into like REM sleep and whatnot. How it actually tracks that, I don't know. So I'm taking the data with like a grain of salt.
Sure.
I need a key.
I like how everybody in here is like light. Makes it easier.
No trivia tonight, huh?
What?
No trivia tonight for anyone. Seems like everyone's like home. Like Nick and Amanda were home. You and I are home.
Amanda ended up working.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and I got back to Newtown around 7:15, 7:30. So it would have been even tight to go to Notch 8. I did reach out to did reach out to Johanna and Blake. I just feel bad that they haven't been able to do any trivia lately.
Did you get a chance to talk to them?
I sent Johanna a message. No, she didn't text me back, so I don't know.
When's the last time you saw them?
It's locked.
It has to be back in like October.
Oh, okay. So more recently than me.
Yeah.
Just to say, they haven't been to trivia in quite some time.
Yeah, and I kind of figured it was because of like just getting a babysitter and stuff like that, but
No. Nope.
what? So that's why I figured I'd reach out and just be like, I miss you guys.
Has Tom talked to Blake?
There's something going on because Fed keeps fucking saying the same shit.
Huh?
I said, are they okay? Because Fed keeps saying like weird stuff that I should reach out and see if
I need a
everything's
key.
all right.
They haven't been to trivia in like months.
I know, and the
That's
only
strange.
thing I can think of is either shit's going down with like the baby or their babysitter has been like not in touch.
Ooh, what the fuck is this?
But I mean, they do respond in the when I do the daily trivia, so it's not like they're completely like ghosting, you know?
Johanna's been responding recently.
I need a key.
That's true.
I need a key.
I don't really talk to any of them outside of trivia anyway, so trivia is usually the bridge.
I'll talk to Tom more about it, because even Mario's concerned a little bit.
Yeah.
No, they're good people.
Yeah, no, I like them both. I do.
I need a key.
Just, I think they were the ones who started trivia, so
I know.
to be missing that long is kind of weird.
And that's what, like, Fed said.
Well, I mean, he's right.
He totally is. Full tube, I'll take that. Battle staff, I'll take that.
I need a key.
Have at it. I'm pretty much done with this level.
I know it's great. I
I
just
need a
pick
key.
shit up. Do you not do the king?
Oh, is he still alive?
Greetings.
I usually do the
bit.
thing because I can.
Well, maybe it's just, it might just be a big pack of people that you missed.
Could be.
I think that's what it is, yeah. Superior Grim Scythe. 1-2 attack rating, increase maximum durability 11.
I need a key. Ready for the next game?
Yep. 31 to life, 9-2 attack rating, large charm.
Attack
Chunkies?
rating's kind of low. It'd be nice if the life was high, because like 39 to life and a large charm is pretty freaking nice. I mean, when you think like a grand charm goes to 45,
The order
Right.
to have a
welcomes
large
you.
charm be that, pretty good.
Dun, 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 dun. Get it. Let's go get it. Oh no, there's a lot of people that are. Oh no. There was a lot of cold people. Kind of a bummer that like Thanksgiving falls on like your day off.
You know, it's all in perspective. So it is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I get to use that day as like
So
a freebie day for like a vacation when I want to take time off.
you do. Okay, so you don't necessarily like lose the day off.
Oh no. No, no, no.
Okay. That's what I was worried about.
Because so the shitty part about my job is they actually take the PTO from like a balance they give us at the beginning of the year. And they say, okay, you get 10 days. 7 of them are for the federal holidays. You get one freebie, obviously, because Easter is on a Sunday and we're closed. So the rest you have to either use as your days off during the week in order to save your PTO, or you have to use them. So the nice thing is that one I get a freebie on. So actually when I went to Orlando, because I had already taken so much time off to go on like my other trips, I used, like I kind of borrowed ahead of time and
Yeah.
said, okay, I know that I'm not going to lose a day for Thanksgiving because it's on my normal day off. Therefore, I'll use the PTO that I would normally have to use for Thanksgiving for Orlando instead. So I got to choose when I got the day off, which is is nice.
You
But-
figure out where you're using your Costco credit yet?
No, because... oh, I'm sorry. I understood that as something else. Yes, I did. I booked it. I'm going to Cancun.
I need a key.
Nice. With Crystal?
Yep. We're going to stay right on Riviera Maya. Right halfway between Cancun and Playa del Carmen.
Yep.
So it's outside of the city of Cancun. There's a all-inclusive with Hilton right there, so we're going to be there.
Nice. Like Mexico, it's like you gotta experience Cancun like once, you know.
And that's kind of it. She's been to Hawaii, but she's never been to the Caribbean. So she's experienced, you know, a nice island, blue water, but she just hasn't seen the Caribbean. So for the same reason, you're like kind of got to experience Mexico once. I'm kind of like, you kind of got to experience the Caribbean at least once. So. And it's actually going to be nice for her because she comes back from Finland like 3 days before. So she's coming from like a really cold climate where the average temperature is -12.
That's interesting, Finland.
Well, her and her friends want to chase the Northern Lights.
I want to go see the Northern.
And I'm like super jealous. In fact, if it wasn't for Costco, we probably would have been going back to Iceland to try and see the Northern Lights. Because there's not much else to do in Finland, unfortunately.
Let's shame that this wire fleece wasn't 3-socketed. No, I've never like Finland's like doesn't ring my like giblets, you know. It's not like, ooh, I want to go to Finland.
So the interesting thing about Finland is it's actually on my list because that's where the domes are, the globes.
Oh yes, okay.
That's in Finland.
First, I thought those were somewhere else. But yes, like they're like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Sweden has like the igloos. Sweden has like a knockoff version of them, quote unquote. But the ones that everyone knows are in Finland. So they're not staying there because they're like 500 a night, but...
Oh, like I would do one night just to do one night.
So, you know, it's funny, I've looked up and I have the name, like, I have like bucket list things that I want to do in my phone and like places I want to go, and that's on it. So I could find the name of it if you wanted to know, but I remember like watching a video of it one day because I was like curious at work and I wanted to see what it's like. Like, what does it actually look like versus what it's advertised type of thing?
Right.
And believe it or not, it's like, it's nice, but
Overrated.
it doesn't look like it's as nice as you would think. Like, so first and foremost, it's out in the middle of nowhere. So there's not much to do out there except for that. And then they try to be like, okay, here's some dog sledding and like things to do because we realize that we're out in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Nowhere.
Right.
It's locked.
But they like, there's not much to do. And then you actually look at like what it looks like at nighttime. There's like a lot of condensation on the glass of the globes, so it's not like you see a ton. I don't know. It was a little bit disappointing when I saw it. Especially when you're spending that type of money, like, probably should be better. But yeah, so she's gonna do that. That's her thing. Her friend, that she's, you know, one of her best friends that she travels with. Oh, okay, I guess I need to repair this. One of her
That's
best
nice
friends
that
that
she
she
has
travels
friends.
with is in Florida, and it's her birthday. So, usually when it's one or the other's birthday, they try to go someplace together. So
Yeah.
last year for Crystal's birthday, they went to Greece. This year for her friend's last year for her friend's birthday, they went to like Key West. So they're doing a Finland with a layover in Munich. Berlin. They're gonna fly into Berlin and then drive down to Munich and fly home, all in a matter of like 5 days. So
I mean, that's kind of cool.
they got a lot of work to do. But yeah, it is pretty cool. So having a break from Arctic temperatures at that time of year is gonna be nice. So Cancun will be good.
And like Cancun's good for like a long weekend type thing.
And that's pretty much what we're doing, is more or less the long weekend style.
I'm really bummed that like the dining room, like, what did we do? We did this like dinner cruise pirate ship thing, and I don't think they're in business anymore. But it was so much fun.
So they might be, because when I was looking at like things to do, that came up.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Hi
on.
there.
Hold on. Let me go see if I can find the name of it. Hold on.
I'm gonna load the next game while you're looking.
I can't do that here.
Good day.
Alright guys, we're gonna do one more cow game because it's 9 o'clock, so before I fall asleep, we'll wrap this up. Didn't get a ton of runs in, unfortunately. But a long week at work, and I will fall asleep otherwise. So usually 9 o'clock's my cutoff before I start to do more relaxed stuff, as opposed to streaming online. So, I appreciate everyone who's kind of been popping in and out. Obviously, you know I'm gonna say the typical YouTuber thing, like and subscribe, blah blah. Like, yeah, and it's real. Like, it helps the algorithm. It helps me get views, which in turn incentivizes me doing this in the first place. So, definitely appreciate it for anyone who does that. You could subscribe, and if you want to ring the bell, like, that's great. If you don't want to ring the bell, that's fine too. I just appreciate everyone hanging out and spending time. And, you know, definitely feel free to chat. Like, I like talking with people, so
I need a key.
even if you're shy, doesn't matter. I'm not a
Alright.
dick, so it's fine.
Are you still talking?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Oh, nice. I think it's Captain Hooks.
I have to look it up. It looked like such a weird thing that I didn't, like, actually pursue it.
So,
But that
so
could be it.
I just told Tom, and he's just like, you have to do it. It's so much fun.
Freaking
We had
pirate
like
ship
a
booze cruise.
we had a midget pirate. It was pretty funny.
What the fuck?
They were super. So it was like super awesome because like the performers are also like your waiters. So
Yeah,
Tom
I
tipped
see them
our-
go around and, like, serve.
Yeah, so we tipped our guy right off the bat like $20. Rum punches all night for Tom, like double. Like we never had like. It was getting to the point where it's like, no, we're good.
Do they
But it
water
was-
water down everything at these all-inclusives?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
they
yeah.
do, right? Yeah,
But
okay.
it was like whatever, you know. But it was so much fun. It was so entertaining. It was so entertaining. I think it was like 60, 70 bucks a person. It was. I mean, you get like a couple hours out on the water. You get dinner. Yeah.
Right.
Hold on. Here.
Yo, dude.
What's going
Yo,
on?
so you know how I like shit on everything basically, because that's like my thing.
Yeah.
So she was like, we should do this because Christina has to do things because that's what she does. And I was like, and yeah, and her dad recommended it. So I was like, whatever, we're here. We didn't have anything else planned. Let's like go with it. And I was like, dude, it's like a booze cruise, and they do like a whole fake pirate ship like fighting each other. It was fucking cool as shit.
Is it, like, cool because it's a show, or is it, like, tacky?
It's a lit. I mean, I don't want to say it's tacky necessarily, but like it's geared for adults. It's a booze cruise basically. I gave our waiter $20 when we first got there. Like I pre-tipped, and the dude was just shoveling me shots of tequila the whole ride. and you're out on the water, so you're like on your boat, and then somewhere along the way there's like a little bit of a storyline, and like along the way all of a sudden you're out in the water, and across the water, this like the bay that they circle, there's another pirate ship, and then they start like battling. It's pretty cool, dude.
That's kind of neat.
I got a kick out of it. It was kind of fun. It's got a little cheesiness to it, but like it's mostly geared towards adults. I don't remember seeing little kids on it, and I mean like they were not shy about pumping drinks into you. So
I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, cause like when you see that, I'll be honest, I looked at that and immediately I was like, this is just dumb. This is a tourist trap, like all day long.
it's totally got like a touristy trap feel, but like we had a good time, man. We laughed a lot and we fucking drank and it was cool. It wasn't bad at all. The food, if I remember, the food was just, you know, meh. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. But like it was fun.
All right, then I will look into it because it's not every day that Christine and I are gaming and then you come and take the microphone and you're like, give me this. So
well, yeah, because she came into the kitchen because I'm like prepping for tomorrow, and she was like, Brian's going to Cancun, and we both said at the same time, like, he's got to do the pirate ship thing.
All right.
Well, if I don't talk to you, happy Thanksgiving, bro.
Thank you. You too.
All right, later.
Tip. Yeah, it was funny. He's like jazzed up for it. He's like, dude, you gotta do this.
No, it's so funny.
The funny thing about it is he was saying like, oh, Fountain, that's not bad.
A foul? Nice.
Yeah. He was saying that they like battle another
Yeah,
ship.
so they put on a show for you, so it's kind of cool.
That's kind of funny.
The one thing we didn't do, we tried to do it, but we couldn't fit it in, so we didn't do it. We didn't go to their the water park. That's kind
Xcaret?
of like, yeah, we didn't get to do that. We did go to Chichen Itza, which was pretty nice.
It's like
Well,
the same price as freaking Disney at that park, though. So
yeah.
like, my sister stayed in all-inclusive at Xcaret, right? So Xcaret has a all-inclusive resort there, and she stayed there. So I looked into it, and that was actually, it was between that and the Hilton that we were thinking about doing. And we chose the Hilton because it just opened last year, so we knew it was going to be new. It was going to be in really good condition. It was isolated. It shared the property with the Waldorf, so we figured, okay, Waldorf owned by Hilton, it'll have some
you got
good
some
shit.
nice stuff.
But actually, like, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, well, it's probably not a bad idea to be in the hotel zone in Cancun because that's where like everything is. And we're kind of isolated, but we're gonna be there for such a short amount of time, and half the time we're gonna be on an excursion anyway. So it's a little bittersweet because you're like, well, then why get an all-inclusive if you're just gonna be out eating?
So some all-inclusives, one of the things that we didn't know that I wish we did, because we could have gotten an all-inclusive with our hotel, they honor it with certain restaurants on the strip. So
Is it because they're part of the same parent group? Like
I don't
Hyatt?
know.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's something to look into for sure.
I mean, it sounds kind of cool. I'm excited. Like, it's not my normal speed, that's for damn sure.
I mean, it will be definitely cool to check out like Chichen Itza, you know, if you decide to do that.
That's high in the priority list just because it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta do it. So, I have plans to see Chichen Itza.
Are you going during whale shark highness?
No. I actually, so it's funny you mention that because originally a few of the places we were looking at were in between North America and I'll make the next game. I'll go to 15 and then I'll stop the stream and I'll just game with you. Originally, some of the places we were looking at were like Vegas, but we couldn't fly there because Costco had so many restrictions. We were going to do like a national park circle, then we were like San Diego, couldn't do that. So we originally settled and we're like, okay, we're either going to go to Cabo or we're going to go to Cancun. All right. We were going to go to Cabo because it's so foreign to people on the East Coast, but Cabo is
Cabo
where
on the West Coast?
it is. It's at the very southern tip of Baja California. So we're like, okay, it's somewhere unique. It's not very well traveled around here. So I'll have some unique stories, blah, blah. But I found out that Cabo's like where everyone goes if you live on the West Coast. you know,
Gotcha. So it's not really unique.
right, so it's really not unique. It's unique to us, but like Cancun would be unique to people on the West Coast. So, you know, because they're going to Cabo. Anyway, we found out that Cabo has like a really nasty undertow at the beaches,
Swimming.
which make them almost unswimmable.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but they can do whale sharks all year round.
Oh, whale sharks.
Yeah, so you were actually the one who reminded me of that when you talked about it. But yeah, I looked it up and they're like,
I
it's
want to. That's one
within a
thing that's
season.
like on my list to do is swim with whale sharks.
I need a key.
I think that'd be so cool.
It's like more accessible than you'd think. I didn't realize like how many people actually do this. Like you could probably go to different parts of Mexico and swim with whale sharks and easily check that off your bucket list.
Yeah. The next time I go to Hawaii, I want to do manta. I don't know if I would want to scuba or just do the snorkel, but it's a night swim with manta rays.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I've seen like pictures and videos, and I'm just like, I want to do that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see Chichen Itza. We might go to Tulum.
We didn't do Tulum when we were there.
The only drawback to Tulum is like Tulum has Mayan ruins, and that's great and all if you're not able to see Chichen Itza. But if you're able to see Chichen Itza,
Right.
then
I think that's what they kind of said. They're like, you either see one or the other. There's no need to see both.
right. So we're probably gonna bypass on Tulum. Plus, we want a chance to like kind of chill out. We don't want to be on like we are on the run type of people when we vacation. We don't relax. That's not at all us.
I want a vacation with you guys because you're like my speed.
Yeah, Crystal's like, I thought I moved fast. She moves fast too. Like when they did the entire freaking country of Iceland all the way around in 5 days. I was in Iceland for 5 days, and I was planning to do half the country. So,
I gotta try and remember. We went to a really good.
I need a key.
Fish.
that's the other thing. How's the Mexican food there? Is it touristy, or are you gonna get a chance to experience something authentic?
It's not bad. We asked the local. We were like, we want off the beaten path. Like, where's a good fish place that you go to? And he recommended. I don't remember what it's called. It had the best ceviche I've ever had. It was
Oh,
so
really?
good. Yeah. It was on the main strip too, so we were able to take the shuttle.
So that's the other thing. What is transportation like around there?
Hold on. Hey, Tom. Can you come back here? I have a question. What was the bus system? Do you remember the bus system in Mexico? So it's a little confusing, but there was like... It definitely was. So it's color coordinated. So they were like, I don't know, blue, red, and white bus. They're like, you want to stay on blue and white, stay away from like yellow. They said that, I guess like the way to like phrase it is like, the blue bus is like city run, have workers and stuff like that, where like the white bus is, if you get on that, it's kind of like just random people like driving the bus. You know?
It's always good. Especially in a foreign country that's got a reputation for like dangerous, like
Right.
drug cartel.
So I think one night we took like the white bus, and it was fine because we were staying on the strip, but you could tell it's a little bit more lax than like the blue bus type of thing.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
it wasn't super expensive.
But like, where does it go? Does it go downtown Cancun, or does it just go up and down the freaking hotel strip?
We just did up and down the strip.
Okay, so it's not really walkable then.
Yeah.
You couldn't like walk the beach or walk the roads from resort to resort if you wanted to.
So where we stood, we were... Cancun. Oh shit, it's still open. That's what it's called. Captain Hook Cancun. Yeah, tickets are like $70. It's the pirate ship. We stood. So like, you know how like if you're looking at Cancun, there's like a bay on the left and then you have like the ocean on the right.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So we stood at Tip. And we stood at... We stood right at the Tip. Where's... The Crystal. We stood at the Hotel Crystal.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yep, so that's where we stood. So we stayed on that little peninsula down, like up and down. Oh, so there was not, we didn't eat at Bubblegum Shrimp.
Thank God. If you went to Cancun to eat a bubblegum shrimp, I'd probably slap you.
No, I think we were across from the Marriott where we ate. No, that's not it. It was definitely on the water. Lorenzilo's, not that. Lion Monkey, nope. I think it might have been down more.
Not in town.
Nope, that's not it.
Yes?
It was definitely down. Oh, it might have been Fred's.
Fred's is the name of the restaurant?
Fred's, hold on. Hey, Tom. Fish place that we ate at in Mexico with the ceviche, was it Fred's? Suck. I think it was Fred's.
Fred's. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I mean. That's what we're trying to avoid is, like, we want to go out and get some, like, authentic, like, tacos, right?
Yeah.
And part of it's going to be, you have to understand that authentic needs to be taken with a grain of salt and really put in air quotes because you're in a touristy area.
It might have been Fred's. I think it might have been Fred's.
Order welcomes you.
But I don't want to eat out all the time. Like, we spend extra to go to an all-inclusive, so we should take advantage
Utilize the totally.
That's what, and if I know myself, I'm an explorer. I can't like sit still.
So I think it is Fred's because that is across from the Marriott.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom just confirmed it's Fred's. Yeah, it had really good ceviche. Really good. It was tasty. What? Yeah, it's not cheap. It's expensive, but it's nice if you're gonna. So where you said you're in between Cancun and
Playa. So if you look up Hilton all-inclusive, you'll see it's kind of secluded. That's where I'm gonna be staying. Yeah, you'll see it.
oh yeah, you're not too far from. You're just a little south.
Right. It's about 20 to 25 minutes to the hotel zone, they said, on the bus.
That's not bad.
No. Which is fine because, like I said, you know, if it's going to be 5 days, 2 of the days are going to be travel. You know, 1 of the days is going to be relaxing. They have some stuff down there that we can use.
Yeah.
We're going to... There's like a little island off the coast of Cancun, I guess. We're gonna take a day trip out there.
Oh,
Chichen
we did
Itza.
that. We went to Isa Mujeres.
Yeah.
I think we did that.
Rent a golf cart, travel the island, blah blah blah.
We so one of the things that we noticed when we stood at the crystal, since we were so north up, like it was kind of, we had like a wave breaker thing, but like as we looked down, like the waves, it was pretty rough down there.
Yeah, I've actually heard there's some places in Cancun which have some pretty rough surf,
Yeah.
and you got to be careful with it.
When we left. No, it'll be fun.
Yeah, at this point it's a burner trip.
It
That
stinks that you couldn't like roll it over, you know?
we had to use it by then. And
You gotta
like
roll over. Yeah.
I told you about how I'm really not happy with the way Costco travel
Yeah,
works.
you weren't happy
I-
with like Costco.
Oh, so bad. So I kind of just had to play their game for a little bit and just get it out of the way. Now, if they were going to allow me to go to next year, then I probably would have used it for like Food and Wine Festival next year
Yeah.
and done the 4-day minimum that Disney requires. Which my brother went to,
I need a key.
he took Rhett to Cape May Cafe, the
It's
character
locked.
dining.
Oh, nice.
So everything was booked. He wanted to go to Chef Mickey's. That's what I was like. I was like, that's where you need to go. Like, get him to see the monorail, all that stuff. But as you know, trying to get a reservation there is damn near impossible.
Oh, it's so expensive. Well, yeah, Chef Mickey's is, Chef Mickey's is hard to get a reservation for.
Now, I've never ate at Cape May Cafe. It's at the Beach Club. But it's like a buffet style. Almost looks like a diner, not very like good quality, like maybe something you'd find in like the All-Star resorts. Which is kind of sad
Yeah.
considering that's a deluxe. But like he was not very impressed, which is probably why I was able to get it like the day before. We were
Right.
timing it so that like when people, push came to shove and people were like, well, we have to make a decision or cancel our reservation so we don't get charged the $10. So that's specifically what we were waiting for, was that timing. And Cape May Cafe opened up, so we're like, okay, doesn't freaking matter if the food's not good. He's a 2-year-old. Who cares? Let him see Mickey Mouse. He knows who he is. Unfortunately, Mickey Mouse wasn't there, because you know how Disney has that thing where they're like, you can't have the character in 2 places at once. Otherwise
Yep.
it ruins the magic, whatever they say.
So where was he?
I don't know where he was, but he saw Minnie. He saw Donald, Daisy, and Goofy. It's funny, I actually have the video of it. When they came up, he saw Daisy from a distance. He's like, oh, there's Daisy the duck. And she came up and hugged him. Goofy, when he came up, he's like, get the hell away from me.
Oh no!
He wanted
I need a
nothing
key.
to do with that. But yeah, they were really like not impressed. They're like, the food was pretty rough. Like, I would not.
Well,
go
that's
back,
what
is
like
they
people
said.
say about like Chef Mickey's. They're like, we spent all this money and like the food wasn't that good.
That's sometimes what you hear about Disney in general. Like, let's be honest.
I'm curious to see what Bob Iger does.
It's locked.
How the stocks went back up a little bit when he came
They
back
totally did.
in. I mean, he can't last forever. Like, they had Iger like strung out for quite some time. They kept offering him new packages and new packages. The guy's not gonna live forever. You got to be able to pass the reins over to someone.
I heard that they like he picked Chappaquiddick because he almost was like forced to.
Well, was now you said Chapek. Well, Chapek was on the board, so did you say he forced him out because Iger was on the board and that was a?
No, that like he was almost like forced to pick him as his successor,
Oh,
and like
I'm sure.
and it was like a rush decision, and he wasn't like okay with it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's true. Um. So hold on one second. Let me sign off here. All right. So BK Sword Foul Rune, not really the best thing on stream today, considering we found 2 Cinder Charms, Trang's Belt, and something else like the 45 minutes I was magic finding before. But not too bad. As always, everyone, like and subscribe. I appreciate you following. Feel free to interact and chat more often. Leave something in the comments, and that will obviously put some motivation on the board. So thanks for following along, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving, great evening.